What's up guys, my name is Jasonankin and this is my YouTube channel. And yes, we are continuing our video series on the 4 cognitive functions that make up the INTJ personality type. Today's video, or the third video, is we're going to cover FI, introverted feeling. So yes, the third function is in the INTJ personality type is introverted feeling. This is another rational judgment function, just like the second function, extroverted thinking. The INTJ personality type has their judgment functions in the middle, which means it makes INTJs usually very decisive. We're usually, when we make a decision, we're usually very, very confident in our decision-making capability because of the closeness of those functions. But yes, it's in the child position. Some people say that having a function in the child position means that it expresses itself in the most innocent way. And that means in many respects sometimes the child slot function or the third slot function is almost the purest expression of that function in that position. So yes, INTJs have FI or introverted feeling in the child slot. Introverted feeling is literally as it is. It's concerned primarily with our own feelings. INTJs really, we come across as kind of as if we have no emotions, but that's not actually true. All types have emotions, all types have feelings. It's just that our feelings are just below our thinking, so we prioritize thinking over our feelings. And because it's introverted feeling, it means we're concerned about how we feel. I'm less concerned about the feelings of others and I'm more concerned about how I feel specifically. Introverted feeling is what basically gives us our, it gives us our likes and dislikes, because when we like something, it feels good to us. When we don't like something, it doesn't feel good to us. So it's literally our source of our likes and our dislikes. Pretty simply. On top of that, it gives us our moral sense, our sense of what is good and bad. And the thing about being an introverted feeler is it means that we can't change how we feel. So if we don't like doing something and we don't feel like we want to do it, or if we feel like something's bad, we can't change how we feel about it. It's just there. That feeling is just, it's totally unique to us, and it governs basically our likes. It governs what we consider to be good. It helps us basically differentiate between what we don't like and what we consider to be bad, and it is totally subjective to us, and we use it to basically make decisions. On top of that, it is what drives our interests. So whatever your INTJ friend is interested in, it's most likely as a consequence of their FI. Their introverted feeling is literally going to drive what they like. So if you basically have an INTJ friend, just ask them about what they're interested in and what they like doing. And basically, whatever they tell you what those likes are, it's most likely that's going to be governed by their introverted feeling. They're interested in things because it makes them feel good, or they want to do certain things because it makes them feel good. So FI is fundamentally the drive behind the INTJ's interests and likes. Now, how this can act in a negative way is basically like if you're in an environment, maybe you're in the middle, maybe your friends suggest that you should do something that you don't want to do. Your introverted feeling, almost like it's like an alarm bell. Something will go off in your chest. I always describe it as like when I feel good about something, my kind of feelings open up. It relaxes. This here kind of my heart, if you will, it kind of opens up and starts to feel kind of more open and free and disinhibited and kind of relaxed. But when I have to do something that I really don't want to do, it's almost like this feeling just kind of shuts tight. Like my heart basically just goes boom. It just shuts closed, and you have this kind of inner tension, and it becomes this kind of way of gauging what's going on in your environment, whether somebody suggests to you to do something or whether you're surrounded by certain people. You just need to go into your like feelings and ask yourself, how do I feel in this moment? And if you feel good about it, it's usually probably aligned with your values, aligned with your likes, aligned with something you feel good about. But if you start to feel that kind of cramped upness in the center of your chest, you know that there's something going on in your environment that isn't aligned with what you like. And 9 times out of 10, when I start to recognize this feeling, I'll usually bail. I'll usually go do something else, because there's no point in me being here. I don't feel like doing what everybody else is doing, or I don't want to do what everybody else wants to do, so I'll usually go. On top of that, it prevents me from, maybe if my friends ask me to go do something and I don't feel like doing it, then I'll say no, simply because I don't want to do it in that moment. One kind of negative thing that can come as a consequence, and kind of the final point that I want to make, is that being driven by FI, your introverted feeling, can actually make INTJ types really unpredictable, and it can actually make them kind of flaky. So for example, you could be out with your INTJ friend and all of a sudden they do something really spontaneous and unpredictable, because maybe in that moment they feel like doing it. So you're kind of a little bit stunned. Maybe typically you perceive your friend as being a little bit stoic or a little bit kind of reserved, but maybe in the moment they feel a little bit free and open, so they end up doing something a little bit wild and a little bit out there and kind of unpredictable. So you'll kind of observe that and go, where the hell did that come from? But on the other side of the equation, it could also make your INTJ friend become very moody for no reason. So all of a sudden, everybody's going to go do something, and all of a sudden the INTJ friend has that introverted feeling where they're like, I don't want to do this. There's something in me that doesn't want to do this. And all of a sudden they're like, well, come on, we're going to go do this thing. And you're like, I don't want to go do this. And they'll start to get like kind of hostile and kind of moody towards you. And just, it will seem like it comes out of nowhere, but it's literally being driven by our feelings. So we'll end up doing something really spontaneous and out there if we feel kind of good and free and open. But then we can become very moody all of a sudden for no reason if we're being made to do something that we really don't want to do. It can also make us kind of flaky as well. So like, for example, maybe your friends would say, oh, do you want to go do this thing? And then maybe in the moment, you're like, yeah, I really, really want to go do this. But then like 2 or 3 days later, when you've had time to ruminate on it, and your friends are like, right, so we're going to go do this tomorrow. Do you want to go do it? And at the last minute, you'll be like, nah, I'm going to bail. I'm going to opt out of this. And because in that new moment, now you don't feel like doing it. So it can make this kind of unpredictable, kind of flaky ness to our nature. But sometimes we can power through with our TE, with our extroverted thinking. We can meet our obligations and just go through with the thing. And who knows, it may turn out to be something that we enjoy in the end. But sometimes it can also make us a little bit unpredictable and a little bit flaky. So that is it, guys. That is my 3rd video covering the 4 cognitive functions of the INTJ type. Today's video is on FI. The next video is going to be on extroverted sensing. Thank you for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Please watch the video all the way to the end because it helps with my watch time. Go check out my playlists. That's where I organize all of my videos, and you can go into each of the categories, whatever you like, and basically watch those videos. If you like what you see, remember to become a much appreciated subscriber. So thank you, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.